Hey guys, for those that don't know me, my name is Braden Andrew McDonald, and this is my very first vlog post, my very first video blog. I had a blog back in the day that I had to start for school, and I I wrote a lot about Christianity and my experiences with God and with the church and all these things, and a lot of it was debunking common misconceptions in the church and also my perspective on what's wrong with the church, at least like the general American church, because I haven't been all around the world. I don't know what it's all like. I have a sneaking suspicion that churches outside the United States are actually much more powerful and much more spirit-led than a lot of churches in the United States. But that's a topic for another time. Maybe I'll vlog about that later. But anyway, that's what my blog was about. And then just one night, a few weeks ago, I was praying and I felt like God told me to start a video log on YouTube along those same lines and to kind of pick up where I had left off. So that's what I'm doing now, and that's what I'm here for. And probably a lot of my posts will reference my old blog posts from back in the day a lot. So I may link you up on the information underneath the video, and you can check out what I'm talking about or whatever. One thing I want to make clear from the very first video is that no one should just take my word. Anyone listening, whether you know me and you're my friends or family and you trust me or whatever, or I'm just a complete stranger to you and you just saw me on YouTube and clicked on it and decided to watch, regardless of that, don't just believe everything I say just at face value. Like, check it out for yourself. I'm going to quote the Bible a lot. Don't just assume that my quotes are correct. Go look it up in the Bible yourself. I promise you, I'm not going to lie to you, but there are things that I could be wrong about. So don't just take my word for it. Figure these things out for yourself. But I think for the first video, just to get like a little background, I'm going to try to keep these as short as possible. But for people that know me, you know that once I get talking, I can talk forever. So some of these videos may end up running kind of long, but I'm going to try to cut it. I'm going to try to be concise. So just for a little background for this first video, I think it's kind of necessary so people know where I'm coming from. So that's what I'm going to do here is just, I grew up in a Christian household, and I went to Christian school, and I went to church, and my parents made me go, you know, all that kind of stuff. And kindergarten till I was a senior in high school, Christian school the whole time, Christian education, all that. And ironically enough, it wasn't until I left Christian school, left private school, and went to public school at Oregon State University, that I really found God. And I shouldn't even say it like that, because I didn't find God. He came in and found me and revealed himself to me. And the difference was huge. It was like massive. I classify it as I grew up believing. I did believe like everything I was taught about the Bible and all this. And I wasn't a bad kid or anything, but it was like I followed Christianity, and then when God showed himself to me, I started following Christ himself. And it's like I wasn't following a religion anymore. It's like now, and even still, I follow him because he is still moving, and his spirit is very active and very real. So I just got introduced to all these different things, and one of the biggest things was I started reading the Bible for myself, and it was so much different. Even though I had a Christian education and everything, when I read the Bible for myself, it was so much different than how it was taught to me, what the Bible actually says. There's so many things that were left out, so many things that were even straight up lied about. And it was ridiculous how different it was, and how much better it was, and how much more it made sense when we don't try to sugarcoat it and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I started reading it for myself and being like, whoa, Jesus has said this, or like this is true, and I started coming to grips with all these truths that I was never told about before. And one of the biggest things was the Holy Spirit. Like you hear it talked about a lot, but I had no idea what it was, and that it was like the power of God that was given to live in his people. And so then I got introduced to the power of God, and on top of that, and by that I mean like miracles and like healing the sick. And I mean really miracles, not just like, oh, it's a miracle that that person they had a 10% chance of living and the doctors cured him. I'm talking miracles like supernatural, impossibility, no way at all it could have been done without an intervention by God. And I got to see those firsthand. I got to partake in that, and it blew my mind. I'll talk about them probably later on in further video posts. And then I got to see not just the power of God, but also the personality of God. And what I mean by personality, I don't just mean like how funny he is and how he cracks jokes and all this kind of stuff. Although that exists, and he does have a sense of humor, and he is funny. But what I mean by personality is how personal God is, how he knew me. Like, he knew things about me that no one else in the world knew, because I didn't tell him, I kept them inside. But he knew them, and he proved to me that he knew them. And it was so incredible just to know how deeply he cared about someone, like an individual like me, when there's billions of people, but somehow he knew me. And he knows everyone else, too. And it radically changed, like, my entire life. And for those people that know me, they could see it happening as I would grow close to God. And another thing that I realized was not just how personal and powerful God was, but also how real the enemy is. And by enemy, I mean Satan and demons, and how powerful they are, and that they still hold a lot of, that there's a battle going on right now that we are in the middle of, and that Satan's not just ruling a kingdom down in hell. Satan is dreading the day that he has to go to hell. When people equate Satan's kingdom and hell, it's one of the misconceptions about Christianity that I get kind of frustrated about, because Satan's dominion is on earth. Like, his kingdom is on earth. He was cast out of heaven to earth. I won't keep going about that. Maybe I'll do another post about it sometime. But pretty much that's my background. And then my life has been on just a different course ever since my freshman year, when I was 18. So I'm going to keep doing these posts. There'll be different subjects every time. A lot of it will be about debunking popular Christian myths, for instance, that Satan is the king of hell, and different stuff like that, that actually, when you add them all together, is very, very important. And yeah, I just want to be able to hit people with some truths, and try to do it out of humility, and just be real with people. So yeah, I think that's it for this post. But keep on the lookout for further ones, because I'll probably be doing them as often as I feel inspired. So that's it for now. So until next time, peace.